So a huge complaint that the Dragon Ball fandom has as of right now, and it's been about, I want to say a month so worth of episodes why people have been complaining, is the fact that the Super Saiyan Blue transformation is starting to look very less credible as a threat and as a powerhouse than previously established. When it was first shown in the Resurrection F portions or even in the Resurrection F film, it was like, yo, this is the grandioso form, this type of shit to fuck up a golden Frieza, you know what I'm saying? And then we've seen it time and time again throughout the arcs of Dragon Ball Super, and it was like, yeah, this is a level even beyond God Mode, and we saw that it took God Mode for Goku to have a somewhat decent fight against Beerus, the God of Destruction, the strongest of them all, of Universe 7 at the very least, right? So you look at Super Saiyan Blue and you think, this is the grandioso, this is the Omega, so to speak, of power. And in the past months or so of episodes, we've seen Goku kind of, you know, testing people's abilities and going at them. And Super Saiyan Blue hasn't been looking like what we thought it was when he went up against Krillin. And before we even get into that, because we'll go through the list of some of the people that he's fought, one of the big things that people keep saying is that, nah, Goku's holding back 110%. That's why people were able to kind of keep up with him and things like that. But so we're going to say that everybody that he fights leading up to Tournament of Power is Goku 100% holding back. Because if he's holding back, why would he go blue to begin with? Why not stay Super Saiyan or go Super Saiyan 3 or hell even go the Super Saiyan God normal form, right? Like, you would think that if he's holding back, why would he go full blast into his maximum strength? Now in the fight or the tussle or the spar against Krillin, for the most part, up until the blast sequence, was kind of like, holy shit. And even after their little Kamehameha struggle that 18 had to jump in and save him, he was like feeling the after effects and shaking. I would argue that yes, in the Krillin fight, when Goku went Super Saiyan Blue, I think he was holding back a bit because at the end of the day, he don't want to kill his friend, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you could argue that. But we've also had a couple of other fights that Goku has had. I mean, he fought against the skinny Buu or Majin Buu, you know, losing weight, and Buu was kind of throwing some hands too, and Goku kind of had to put in a little bit of work. But nevertheless, Majin Buu even was kind of like, you know, throwing in there, and Goku was kind of getting pushed back, and it's kind of like, what's going on with Goku? I mean, even Gohan, obviously it's not the Super Saiyan Blue transformation, but when Gohan fought Krillin, Krillin busted his ass too. And you got to think, the way it's been established up until this point, even in Dragon Ball Z for that matter, is that the strong people at the end of the day, yeah, strategy is a factor, but you need a certain level of strength and ability in order to be able to keep up with people, right? So you come into these things and you're thinking to yourself, what's going on? So let me get this straight. Krillin in 18, Majin Buu, and then of course the latest one, Goku versus Android 17. And in the latest one, as cool as it was, it definitely makes you question, like, so Android 17 is seemingly giving a really good fight to Super Saiyan Blue Goku. What's going on there? Now, you could argue that he's had pretty much, what, like 10 years of training Android 17. He's been putting in work for 10 years, but could 10 years of a half cyborg, half human training be enough to get to where Goku is at right now? I mean, that's something that you gotta kind of question as well, regardless of what 17 has accomplished. Unless he has some crazy form that we don't know of yet, how the fuck is he getting to that point of being able to be a rival or contender against Super Saiyan Blue Goku? It feels as though, at the very least for the Super Saiyan Blue transformation, it's being depowered or kind of slowed down a bit as far as exactly how strong it is. Because you gotta think, if some of these people like Android 17 or Majin Buu or a lot of these people could get to this level, then why the fuck did we need Goku and Vegeta to go against Goku Black? Why the fuck did we need them to go against, you know, Frieza, Golden Frieza? Like, hey, just send in fucking Krillin with his strategy, right? Just send in Android 17. Again, the Krillin one, I'd still say I think Goku was possibly holding back immensely. Probably should have been more established that, yo, the reason he didn't go Super Saiyan Blue to begin with is because he was holding back, right? But it's still something that is bothering the fandom. And I guess between a couple of the fights that I've mentioned, the Majin Buu one, I think Majin Buu is one of the people that you could argue that if he trained and went really hard, because he was somewhat close to Goku's power level at the end of Z, and it's been about, what, 3 years since then? So Goku's went through a couple different transformations since that time, and you gotta think, well, maybe Majin Buu, you know, with enough training, because again, he's naturally just a monster of strength, with enough training could kind of catch up to somewhat where Goku is at, so maybe you could argue that. Like, these are kind of somewhat of the rationalizations. It still feels as though, regardless, that the power has been, you know, decreased and slid down a couple of notches, but, you know, Majin Buu, okay, you could argue that. With Krillin, you could argue he was holding back, but still, when they were having the Kamehameha battle, like, Krillin is a rusty human. Yes, he's the strongest human on Earth. His power level, I think, was rivaling, what, base form Frieza. But still, once that Kamehameha battle went down, it shouldn't even have taken less than 0.1 seconds for Goku to just completely overpower Krillin. So another thing there is kind of like Krillin was giving him some work. And then, of course, the latest one again, Android 17. The argument there is it's been 10 fucking years, and he hasn't just been idling around, taking a shit and reading the newspaper for 10 years. He's been training. So those are the excuses that you could have for it. And again, I use the word excuses because at the end of the day, bottom line, no matter what people say of what Super Saiyan Blue is, ultimately that is a form beyond Super Saiyan God, which Super Saiyan God was established as a power, a speed boost beyond belief, to the point where that was the only thing that could somewhat try and give Beerus a fun fight. And Beerus is above everyone else. Beerus is the top point. So if Super Saiyan God was the form to do that, and Super Saiyan Blue is supposed to be even stronger than that, how the fuck is Goku getting, 17 as a rival fighting him? No matter 10 years or not, like, that shouldn't be enough to keep up with a god. Because if that's the case, let's get 17 to fight Beerus in Battle of Gods. Let's rewind time real quick, see what happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand completely where the fandom is coming from. Personally, I get as well some of the excuses, but it still feels as though, like... And I think that this is a big reason why we should really hurry up and get to the Tournament of Power, because the longer we go with each and every episode, Toei Animation just saying, Super Saiyajin Blue needs to be in there, we're going to keep on getting instances like this where people are going to be pissed off. Like, what's fucking next? Like, Tien is going to body Super Saiyan Blue Goku, you know what I'm saying? So, I get where the fandom is coming from. I think some of those episodes did some great things at the same time, at the cost of making Super Saiyan Blue devalued in a way. I mean, it could be that Toei has plans to put another transformation for Goku. Maybe already it's been written Goku has a Super Saiyan White or Super Saiyan Orange or some crazy shit, and that's why they're kind of like, fuck Blue. We'll have something better than that by the Tournament of Power. You never know. But it still is a little bit like, okay, you're making a really great Krillin episode. Great development for Krillin. You're making Super Saiyan Blue look bad. You're giving Majin Buu some training. He's losing weight. He's taking shit serious. Making Super Saiyan Blue look bad. You're giving Android 17 the spotlight, the return of one of the bad boys of DBZ. Making Super Saiyan Blue look bad. It's an interesting thing, and I would love to hear what a lot of you have to say, because I've been reading the comments. I always read the comments, by the way. I love, a lot of these comments when people give me some really interesting things to read and kind of think about. It sometimes shapes my review. Maybe I had a different perspective, but somebody really broke it down to me, and I'm like, you know what, this guy's kind of right. I really would love to know what you guys think about it for these past, I want to say, a month or so of episodes. How do you feel about Super Saiyan Blue? Do you feel as though it's been devalued with the fights like Goku versus Krillin and the 17 fight and Majin Buu? Or do you think maybe there's just reasons behind it, or the big one that everyone's saying, Goku's been holding back 100%. But then again, if Goku's been holding back, why go Super Saiyan Blue at all? You know what I'm saying? That's a level beyond God. It's been even established, especially in the manga, which there are differences in the anime and manga, but for the most part, they're still the same shit. Super Saiyan Blue is a level beyond Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan God was the strength needed to take out Beerus. There's no excuse to say, like, if Super Saiyan Blue is not that much stronger than regular Super Saiyan. No, that's bullshit. And by the way, Super Saiyan alone, Goku Super Saiyan, he's gotten it to the point where he's pretty much as strong as he would be in Super Saiyan 3. There's really no excuse for Goku to be struggling against any foe on Earth, at the very least, with his Super Saiyan Blue powers. Really curious to hear you guys' feedback on that. Do you think Android 17 in the past 10 years has developed an incredible amount of strength to the point where, yeah, it's plausible for him to be able to take on Super Saiyan Blue Goku? Majin Buu, do you think because at the end of Z he had that power that kind of rivaled Goku, that he could get to that point with some hard training similar to Frieza, going away for, what was it, like a month or something, and coming back golden Frieza, and Goku was just completely holding back against Krillin? What is your thoughts on all this? And do you feel as though these episodes have made Super Saiyan Blue kind of feel devalued and depowered? They're kind of buffing it down because they want to establish other characters as strong competitors. I mean, in an arena setting, in a Budokai, so to speak, it's like, okay, you gotta abide by the rules. Goku can't completely go all out because he can't kill people. But in these settings, especially like 17, there was like, there's no rules. Like, you do you put your maximum potential. It's like, how was 17 holding up against Super Saiyan Blue? Really interesting discussion. I'd love to hear what you guys say. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.